Good morning, dear traders. Welcome to this lovely Monday. It's, of course, Monday, the 3rd of April, 2023. Now, the reason I didn't put out a lot of videos last week is because not a lot happened. Alright, so the two trades I had didn't pan out because I jumped in too early. I was a bit too early on them. I was too early. I jumped in on this one as it broke through. Jumped in over there most when it broke through, came back for a retest. This is now the US 30 on the 4-hour chart, so I'm waiting for my second opportunity to jump into the US 30, but I first need to see some rejection, and I do see some rejection happening. The rejection should be happening in this zone over here, so this is the rejection that I've been looking for. Plus I do know that there is a big possibility of some turmoil within the stock market. Of course, there is big fears looming, financial fears looming on the stock market on the US side, money wise, bank wise, stock wise. So alright, but I did jump into these new trades. This is on Friday late afternoon. I opened up two new trades. This is, of course, pound USD that I jumped in as it went. I jumped in and I did the pound USD, but I jumped in here a bit too early on it. I thought this was, because I saw these nice rejection candles, I thought, alright, maybe, this is where it's going to happen. So I jumped in, I put my stop loss above there. Unfortunately, that was not the turnaround point. I had to wait for it to get into the zone. I keep saying this in my videos, but for some reason it slipped my mind to apply the same thing. Sometimes it just happens. But anyway, so as we went into the zone, I saw a nice rejection candle. I did jump into this trade, of course. Alright, so I'm on the sell side, $9 up on this one. And the euro yen also went into the zone, and that's why I jumped into it. As it went into the zone, I saw a nice rejection candle coming up, so nice rejection. That's why I jumped into this trade. Beautiful, and it's running at almost $4.50, so it's $4.50 profit, and it should be making it down to that level over there. The euro USD. Now I'm on the daily chart on the euro USD. So for the euro, it had a nice long downtrend. It was going down for a couple of months, just down, and then we got this big, massive pushback. Now, why I think this is not just a push up, a pushback, or pullback. Why I think this might be a start of a little bit of an uptrend is because if you look at the lows here. This is a massive jump up, and there is a lower there. It's a low there, and it's starting to work on this trend line. It's working on it. So what I first want to see with the euro USD, number one, I want to see what the USD dollars, what the dollar is doing firstly, and then maybe see if it finds some more support over here, because I do see it did find support on this zone over here. So if it does find some more support and it does break through, comes back for a retest, then I'll jump in for a buy opportunity. I'm not too keen to sell yet because I do see a lot of buying pressure in the market here. I do see a lot of buyers, so I'm not very keen to sell. NZD JPY, it did break through there. Probably this is a bit of a pullback. Like I said in previous videos, I'm waiting for the NZD JPY to make it back into this zone over here. Then I'm going to jump in for a massive sell. I'm just waiting for price action to get there. I was of two minds. If it did break through this level of support and come back for a retest, I would have jumped in for the sell. But I also said if it breaks through here and it makes it up to that level over there, then I will jump in for a sell opportunity on the NZD JPY. USD JPY, not a lot of movement, but it's also in a very interesting area at the moment. We do see a nice head and shoulders pattern over here. You see there's a shoulder, there's a head, and there's a shoulder. So it jumped off this. What I'm waiting for this thing, what to happen here, is either break down to the downside, which I think is going to do, but I need to see some downward momentum. Now at the moment, yes, there's a high, there's a lower high, low, but now you see the low here is a higher low. So this is a very confusing time, or confusing way to determine which direction you're going to trade, because you've got a lower low, a lower high, then a higher low in it, so I need to wait to see which direction it's going to take, where it's going to go. If it does break through here, if it breaks through that level of support over there, this level of resistance over there, comes back for retest, I will jump before a buy. If it breaks through this level of support over here, comes back for retest, I will jump before a sell. In the moment, I don't know where this one is going, and I'm not too sure, so I'm going to leave it. Alright, pound yen. I'm already in for the pound, so I won't jump into the pound again, but this would have been a perfect opportunity to jump into the pound for a sell position. Especially, this is a big sell off here, so sellers are here in this zone, because that is a massive candle. So there are definitely sellers waiting over there. But I thought, the pound USD is going to be a better opportunity for me. So nothing on that side. Aussie CAD. Ooh, interesting. This is the Aussie CAD. Now, it did break through the weekly trend line. It broke through, came back for a nice retest. So I am in the mind of jumping in for a buy opportunity. If I do see it's at the right place, it's at the right spot. Let me just move this thing to the right place where it needs to be. It needs to be there. It's at the right place, at this level of support over there. So if I do start seeing some rejection candles, some wicks, I'm going to jump in for a buy opportunity on this trade here. And I'm starting to see some nice rejection over there. So I'm going to keep a close eye on this and maybe jump in for a buy opportunity on this one as well. Alright, Aussie NZD, exactly the same thing. There is buyers over here in this zone. Let me just move this one down to where it needs to be. There is buyers right over here in this zone. Let me just move it right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for price action to either come down to this level and jump in for a buy opportunity, or if it can break this level, level of resistance over here, and it comes back for a retest, this will be my next level of interest for a buy opportunity. Aussie USD. We are in a very delicate position over here. So if you do draw your trend line, let's say from that high to that high, right down, it's a very shallow trend line, so I would have suggested it should be there. If you do draw your trend line, I know there's a lot of trend lines over here, but if you do draw your trend line, this looks like the trend line is there. It doesn't look like it broke it, but we have got a higher low over here. So this is our next step up, which tells me that we might be on our way up on this asset over here. So what I'll wait for is for price action to get back to this level over here, because I do see that is a big buying pressure, selling pressure over there. That's a big candle. So if it does break through that little candle over this is a selling area, you can see that. If it does break through there and come back for retest, I'll jump in for a buy. But for now, that's my trading idea for the week. I hope you guys have a good trading day, trading week, and remember to join the Facebook page, Forex Hangout on Facebook, and please like and share and subscribe to the channel, Mr. May Forex Trading. Have a good one. Cheers, cheers.